Hello guys, how are you today? I really want to appreciate most of you, or many people actually left a message on the last video, the first love. Well, God bless you and pray for you guys. God will really, really bless you for leaving that message. I mean, it was very encouraging. So God will really, really bless you if you trust me. He will. He will bless you. So today we're just going to talk about something more, a little bit different. We're going to be talking about the cross. The cross. So we're going to be taking it from the book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 24. And Jesus said to his disciples, if any desires to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. When you read something like that, the first question that comes to my mind is, Jesus was talking to his disciples. And I was wondering, what were they doing before? Were they following Jesus or not? Obviously, they must have been going everywhere with Jesus. They must have been watching, learning from Jesus. But why then did Jesus actually call them to a meeting and spoke to them and said, listen, if you desire to follow me, I mean, if I was there, I would have asked, but Jesus, what do you mean? We've been following you. Actually, the first time you saw me, you said, follow me, I will make you a fisher of men. And I followed you. So how come now you are now saying, if you desire to follow, if I did not desire to follow you, I wouldn't leave my boat on the sea, and then I left all the fishes and my net and follow you. Sometimes in life, I feel a time needs to come where a man needs to make up his or her mind. It's not because, sometimes because we're born in church sometimes, or because your parents are Christians sometimes, or because you've been going to church for so many years, and you get used to it, you feel you are actually born again Christian, but you might not really be a born again Christian. Until you actually confess one day Jesus as your Lord and Savior. That's what makes you a born again Christian. But that's exactly what's happening here. Because you've been around, you know how to do it. You know the language. God bless you. We know how to say all is well. And you know all those things. And that doesn't really make you a Christian if you have not really decided to follow Jesus. So what Jesus is saying is, I know you are my disciple. I know you've been following me. You've been with me. Your parents has been taking you to church since we were very young. But you've not really made up your mind to come after me. So Jesus is saying to my disciples, people that go to church, if you want to be my disciple, if you desire to come after me, then carry your cross and follow me. Now, what is the cross? Why cross? You see, Jesus Christ carried his own cross. And the cross of Jesus Christ, from the day he started the ministry, was specific and it was very clear to declare the kingdom. And that was the cross. And the cross was so heavy upon Jesus that it was so focused, meaning it was not distracted. The cross that Jesus Christ carried was not fun. It was not easy as well. The cross was a very wonderful, powerful cross as well. The reward of the cross was great. It's still great today. But Jesus Christ was able to carry his own cross and end it at Golgotha. Now the question is this. When Jesus is saying, carry your cross and follow me, I want to ask you this morning, you are a Christian, born again, speaking in tongues. What type of cross are you actually carrying? Are you carrying the same type of cross Jesus carried? You should think about that. If I were you, I will pause the video and then ask myself, actually, that's a good question. Am I actually carrying the same cross that Jesus Christ was carrying? Jesus said, carry that cross. He spoke to them and said, if you want to come after me, if you desire to come after me, carry your cross. One, secondly, follow me. So meaning they've been going around with Jesus, but they've not been following Jesus. If you follow the master, you will do exactly what the master is doing. You will hate what the master hates. Whatever the master said, this is my passion. That is what's supposed to be your passion. If the master said jump, you just jump. if you follow me. That's what I was saying. I think it got to a stage in life that Jesus Christ saw these people that maybe my disciples are not responsible. And that's why he called them to a meeting to tell them, guys, you have to be responsible for your own self. You have to carry your own cross. I know I've been the one carrying the cross. You've been following. That's fine. But you cannot be a baby for life. You have to be responsible. You have to carry your own cross and follow me. Now, what type of cross are you carrying? You see, Jesus Christ, the reason why Jesus Christ was hated so much, the reason why they hated him so much was because, remember, Jesus Christ was in the midst of the people who thought they knew God. Many people who they knew the law. It was people that are supposed to be Christian, that are supposed to be a believer. Jesus was among them. People whom he came for. His own people. But still yet, they could not cope with his cross. Because Jesus Christ will not compromise his cross for anything. Have you compromised your own cross? You know, the first time, you need to watch the video I did last time. About 2 weeks ago now. The first love. You need to watch the video. If you can't find it on Facebook, go to YouTube and just type mdanny20. Yeah? And then you will be able to see all the video I've done there. Watch the one that said first love, part 1 and part 2. Then you will understand what I'm saying here. Many of you, you carried the cross. The first time you came to Jesus, yes, you received the cross. But where's the cross? You see, the society can help you to reshape your cross if you are not careful. Most especially in this part of the world. The law, the government, the people around you, your neighbor, the people you work with, your boss at work, they are ready to reshape your cross for you if you don't know what you are doing. The reason why they hated Jesus so much was because they saw that this guy, who is this guy? We've been serving God. We've been calling upon God before this one was born. This ordinary son of carpenter, he just came with one cross and is making mouth. So they've been tried. If they were able to change his cross, they really wanted to reshape his cross for him. That Jesus, come down. This is not how to do it, man. You need to use some wisdom. You are too poor. You are too much. You need to reduce some stuff. You know what I'm saying? They were ready to reshape his cross for him. But you know what? Jesus was too focused. He was too busy. His cross made him so busy that nothing could shape that cross. But as your own cross be reshaped, your own cross, is it the same cross, or someone or the society has helped you to reshape your cross? You know, many people now, their own cross, they look after it, they paint it with gold and they put it somewhere. They look after it, they say, well, anytime they wake up, they say, what a cross. And then they pass by. And other people, they've reduced their own cross so tiny, they put a chain around it, they put it around their neck. So they just carry around, it doesn't make any effect. They can be smoking, drinking, but with the cross on their neck, because it does not have any impact. Putting a cross on your neck does not have any impact. So many people, they've reshaping their own. They reduce it so much. Some women, they think that this cross I'm carrying, the society told you that, you cannot be too rigid. What kind of Christian are you? I like this brother. I like that brother. That's a real Christian. The whole world, they fell in love with you because of the approval of men. You cherish what people are saying so much, that you are the best man of God, best pastor. Everyone like you, even sinners. Even sinners, they love you so much. Why? Because your own cross, you've compromised it. You've reshaped that cross. And now you can allow even sinners, people that commit sinners, people that commit abomination before God. I've seen so many Christians that will say, and I'm tired of being your friend,